This episode of the Mixed Martial Artistas is brought to you by Gracie Baja, Blacktown City.
Gracie Ball Blacktown City is offering 20 spots. Guys, while it's here, it's going down. So count, get it while it lasts. All you gotta do is buy your uniform and you got 6 weeks free value of training jiu-jitsu for you guys out there.
That's 6 weeks free of training jiu-jitsu. All you need to do is purchase your gi, your uniform, and you get 6 weeks free of jiu-jitsu. Tell them that the Mixed Martial Artistas sent you.
Mixed Martial Artistas.
Bro, 6 weeks of training?
Come on.
Take it.
Take it or leave it. I was feeling like low bat today, this morning, but then I had a cool conversation with the neighbor next door when I picked up the cards. And then I'm like, yes, I can do this now.
We don't want to give away the sponsorship for free.
True. You're right. You're right.
Don't want to give away the sponsorship
Come
for free.
on, Mixed Martial Artistas is exclusive.
Oh, man. Sorry, man. You were saying you weren't feeling the best and then...
No, I was feeling quite low battery because of low bat. I just don't know. I just think certain tasks during the day, it's like, oh, someone else could be doing this, you know? Why am I doing this? Why don't I do the higher, challenging, more tasks? And so, yeah, I just sort of feel like I'm stuck in a little bit of a pickle.
It's funny because I think a lot of intelligent people or people that do a lot of things,
Yes.
exciting stuff, people that need stimulus. Effectively, don't like doing menial tasks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call myself intelligent, but I
Yeah.
feel like I need stimulus as well. Like my brand is done doing stuff, for crying out loud. I just need to what am I doing today? What do I need to do? So I go from that. I go from doing stuff to then doing nothing because I need to kind of recover from always being on.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So maybe it's a similar thing to you where slowing down and doing the mundane or menial things is exactly what you need because you're always operating at a high level that this is still important.
Yes.
And I think we'll bring it back we can bring it to martial arts and stuff. And I think one of my favorite phrases, and maybe it's played out, but it's like drillers are killers.
Drillers are killers.
Drillers are killers, right? And so the idea of that is when you repeat a drill, no matter how basic or foundational, whichever word you choose to describe that, is you are effectively learning that skill over and over and over again until it becomes muscle memory.
Yes.
And it could be boring, but then that is the basis of your training. What's the other phrase? You fall back to your basic level of training or something like that.
When you go to like a higher mastery stage, you need to fall back.
Yeah,
and not forget.
It's like the muscle memory. Like when shit hits the fan,
Back to basics.
you will effectively do what you've done in training all the time. So yeah, I don't know. Take that as you will. Maybe that's a bit of old man wisdom from me.
The old man trying to be young man. Young man trying to be an old man.
A bit of old man wisdom from me. Just like, just take it slow, young one. Just take it slow, young one. No, because I am very, very similar. I simple things. And not to sound like Jordan Peterson, but it's like, make your bed in the morning. You got to brush your teeth. Like all of those things are important. And then if you do that, you might be a gold medalist in jiu-jitsu, or you might, might have done hundreds and hundreds of episodes of podcasts, or whoever you are, but then you still have to put your pants on one leg at a time in the morning.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to kind of sorry, I don't. Hopefully I haven't made you think that that's a like I haven't tried to therapize you? I
No,
don't know.
it's okay.
Is it?
No, it's cool. It's some great advice, I think, like with the season. I think I touched on it a little bit last episode, but just trying to navigate, because you're asking me one of the last questions that we talked on was about where do we see ourselves in the next 5-10 years. And then I think it's just a lot of those mundane parts. It's just repping out those experiences because, yeah, long term, just putting in the work with when it comes to the home living, to friendships, to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is all the mundane little things that they're the most important stuff. I had a thought of mine. I'm not as religious or as pious as I used to be. And I feel like now that I'm older, life just feels a lot more chaotic.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was like, maybe I should go back to church, or maybe I should be a little bit more spiritual, mindful, all of those things. But then I also thought, what does that do for me on a daily basis? That gives me going to mass or going to church gives you a dedicated time to do your reflection, or to just sit still, do nothing but listen or reflect. And you know what I mean? It's very, and I think now the thought of going to church is like, oh my goodness, I gotta, drive to church. I gotta go there. I gotta sit there for at least an hour and a half and do nothing effectively with my time. But then you are effectively slowing down.
Yeah. Practicing that inner work. Yeah.
Exactly. So if that's how you find your peace, then by all means, take that, run with it. Whether it is church, whether it is in the gym, whether it is training, because I think a lot of people, I have said in the past that going to the gym is my therapy. It's my meditation. It's, that kind of thing. You set a time for yourself, dedicated time to train and work on yourself. Having said that, I can't come to class tonight.
Don't doing it stuff. What are you doing? Stuff that's not training jiu-jitsu?
It's because I have other stuff I need to do.
He's done doing other stuff.
So funny. It's just like, oh yeah, all this stuff, make sure you
by the way,
make sure you
screw all of that. I'm still running.
Dedicate some time. Make sure you go to the gym and train. But I can't make it tonight. I'm sorry.
Practicing being non-judgmental, guys. But
oh man, your dad's gonna be like, "Where's Dan?
Where is Dan?
Dan, where are you?" Oh man.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Oh man. Speaking of which, last week we released the first episode of Mixed Martial Artistas.
Yes, we did.
And you and the rest of the Gracie Baja Blacktown City family celebrated 6 years of Gracie Baja Blacktown City.
Yes.
And how was
round
it?
Of applause in
round of applause. We'll put it in post. Editor Don is gonna be
Editor
like,
Don.
I gotta put this in post now. I probably won't.
Yeah, love.
But yeah, so how was that celebration? You had a celebration, obviously, with your students, your community. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so about last week on Tuesday, August 5th, we celebrate our anniversary birthday of Grace Bar Blacktown City.
Yeah.
It was great in seeing majority, we announced it, community show up. Because it was funny that the day after the classes were quiet, so it showed that everyone, made the effort to attend and to celebrate with us. it was cool to sort of look back on the past memories because, yeah, we were opened in 2019, like I said earlier in the last episode, with COVID and having to navigate that and still having to survive and pay the bills and teach. And yeah, and then I think now it's a cool point where I find the business is at. It's trying to innovate and trying to find out what makes Gracie Bar Blacktown City different to the other gyms in Western Sydney.
I like that. I like that. Have you had any thought about what differentiates you from the other gyms in Sydney?
I can say our family. Our family is unique, knowing that both parents are black belts. One son is a black belt, and then upcoming is my sister who's a purple, so 2 off black, and then my younger brother, so potentially 5 black belts. And
It's a whole family of black belts.
yeah, it's a whole family. So it just goes to show that, you know, pouring that same energy into our students, that we've attracted that sort of crowd. I think yesterday we had one of the dads who was sort of on the fence who joined up recently and is now teaming up with his son and potentially daughter too to train jiu-jitsu. So I'm quite happy to see where jiu-jitsu will end for them. Other than that, our family, I think it's just with the skill set. So like with the resilience of us as a core group, but also even within our community too. Like you are a great talent with how you have built yourself up through wellness, through your experiences in martial arts, through this media space. I have parents that, yeah, I'm discovering as I have conversations with them that they own businesses. Like one mom owns a bakery, another mom owns like a hair salon. I'm like, wow, how can we be able to collectively utilize these skill sets, these talents to embrace, you know, our collective mission, jiu-jitsu for everyone. So that's a process. So I don't really have a clear answer for that, but that's what I've got so far.
Look, I think knowing your family, like, and I think I said it in the last episode, that passion for wanting to share jiu-jitsu with people and the family dynamic of it, that, you know, you've got, I think that's what separates you from other gyms. It is, like you said, resilience. It is this grit, this hard work.
Yeah.
The fact that it's no laughing matter, or it's no nothing to sneeze at. It's not nothing that each of you are at such high level of jiu-jitsu and have progressed as such over 6 years. So that's massive. A lot to celebrate there.
Thank you.
I wish that I could have also been there at that celebration. I was at a gig.
Oh, yeah. I was doing other stuff.
Yeah, I was doing other stuff. Always
To change his handle to done doing other stuff.
Done doing. Someone's gonna pick up that handle straight away. Done doing other stuff. No, that'll be my backup channel.
Yeah, backup channel.
when my main one gets taken down for whatever reason. Yeah, look, that's awesome, man. I think the fact that the whole GB Blacktown City community came out to celebrate the 6 years that you have, all of the things that you've accomplished, you and your family, and the community that you've built up is amazing. So, congratulations. Speaking of which,
yes,
there's a bit of a promo.
There is,
right?
Yeah, there is a promo.
So to celebrate the 6-year anniversary of Gracie Bar Blacktown City, we've got a promo, and this episode is sponsored by that.
Gracie Bar Blacktown City is offering under 20 spots now because at the moment we've had a few spots that are taken. So all you need to do is purchase your gi, your uniform, and you got 6 weeks free of training with us and to immerse yourself in jiu-jitsu, our community, and the knowledge that you can build to transform your life.
Heck yeah. Yeah. All you need to do is buy your uniform and you get 6 weeks free. If you've ever wanted to try out jiu-jitsu, if you've ever been curious about it, like, oh, what is this? What is this thing that people are doing? Try it out. Like Icy said, do it, change your life, or just do it to learn a new skill, get get a little fitter, because it is a bit of a
A
workout.
little bit of workout. Yes.
It is. It's a little bit of a workout. Nice. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Don,
My name's Icy.
and we are the
Mixed Martial Artistas.
Intro music.
I'm doing like the soda pop.
That's in my head. That's been in my head too.
Yeah, I keep seeing videos of my feed about that and
Yeah.
people reacting to it.
Everywhere.
Dancers.
But we can't afford
Sorry,
we can't afford the
we
music.
can't afford
Don't sing it.
the-
Don't sing
Yeah.
the song. How are you, Icy? How's it going, man?
I'm doing great. Now,
Good.
now I'm here with you. How about you?
Good. I'm good. I'm really, really good.
Yes.
I think we got a bit to talk about today.
We do.
We will touch on what the celebration of your 6-year anniversary of Gracie Barra Blacktown.
Yes.
We'll touch on that. But I do
Cool.
want to talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu
Ooh.
in general.
Jiu-jitsu. Is
You
that
know?
like karate? Is that like
I think so.
these ones?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. It sounds vaguely Japanese.
It does.
But yeah, but I think I want to talk about that in like the history and talk about where it's at now, because
Where it
people might not
originates.
necessarily know what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is.
That's true.
It's
long-winded.
It's long-winded. Let's go. We'll do the Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
Right?
Spark notes.
Do Spark Notes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the
What
Cliff Notes is.
I know.
My
our one was Spark Notes, like the summaries of
Yeah.
like the chapters and books. Yeah.
ours was called
Is it
Cliff
English?
Notes.
Oh.
I don't
okay.
know, or it's just a summary. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it, it is what it is.
Comment down below what your one was.
So I'll do a bit of reading. So it says here
Okay.
that it's jiu-jitsu originally comes from Japan,
Yes.
and it was developed by a samurai as a method of close combat.
Hmm.
And it is, because it's grappling, it's like wrestling. The Japanese origin focuses on throws, joint locks, and grappling, which is a lot of like
evident of today.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was actually introduced to Brazil by a judoka by the name of Mutsuyo. I'm going to butcher this name. So it was actually introduced to Brazil by a Japanese. Bro, why can't I speak today? What's going on? So jiu-jitsu was introduced to Brazil by a Japanese judoka by Mitsuyo Maeda, who taught the Gracie family in the early 20th century.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool, right?
is.
I think I love how to think that we'll take this martial art, which is from a completely different country, and then it's taken off in Brazil and on all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the 1990s, it became a lot more popular because of the prominence in UFC.
UFC.
So the very, very first UFC had Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. People didn't understand what it was. It was like, what is this? What is this thing? This guy,
What?
and submitting them, and then they can't even do anything. And like,
Yeah.
wow.
So weird.
all that stuff. And I think it's one of those fundamental things now in mixed martial arts. Now you see it. There's so many different fight promotion companies out there that regardless of which one you watch, there's going to be some element of jiu-jitsu in there.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
to give you guys a bit of a context, and we'll probably talk about it, standing game versus ground game,
Ooh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
So standing game
So
is your
divided.
striking, your punching, your kicking, those sorts of things. And then ground game is effectively
jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly jiu-jitsu,
Wrestling.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's wrestling, it's grappling, and that kind of stuff. Have you ever learned any other wrestling outside of it? Because there's also Roman Greco wrestling.
Yeah.
There's the
Not in a professional setting,
Yep.
like organized class, but I remember one time, I think his name's Nathan Katz. He's a judo Olympian. So he did a workshop when I trained at Hawkesbury. He did a session where he showed us some throws. Other than that, I'm still curious to get into the wrestling game and understanding, because I think knowing a little bit of judo, a little bit of wrestling, and all the martial arts, like what Bruce Lee said, just gotta try it all, get the good parts, and then use it for yourself. That's sort of the key element to being a martial artist. Yes, you can be an expert in jujitsu, like me, for example, but you can definitely enhance your jiu-jitsu through learning these other styles.
Yeah, I like that. There's martial arts systems or what's the thought of it? I know that there are martial arts systems that are out there that use that particular mentality where they try to combine lots of things. Krav Maga is one of those things. It takes from boxing, it takes from wrestling, it takes from karate and things like that. So, and mixed martial arts is now the thing that is the combination of all of these different things. I have seen the American wrestling, like the way that they perform is slightly different to
It is.
to thing. It looks
training.
so
Vigorous.
yeah, it looks so like almost not gymnastic, but
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Acrobatic
Yeah.
and moving your body in all sorts of planes. Yeah.
yeah,
A
there
lot
is
of
that.
young
I think
people.
in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but then yeah, I think it's a lot more prominent in the American style of wrestling. But yeah, look, I think I'm going on a tangent, but
Have you done anything?
well, only just Brazilian jiu-jitsu
Jiu-jitsu. That's
and
grappling.
the grappling or the Roma Greco, whatever styles have been used in Krav Maga.
Okay.
Really, but I feel like it borrows a lot more from jiu-jitsu. But yeah. Whether or not which one is better or the other, but I think it comes down to very, very subjectivity. Like, you know what I mean?
You know
Oh, you're
about
gonna
that?
say something about
Yeah, so like about that little debate with, because I feel like that's just I mean it's like the battle of the bands, like with martial arts, which martial art is the best one
Which
to
is the
do?
best?
You know, boom, 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 boom. That's why they have UFC 1, for example. So I think that I didn't grow up on it, but I do know from people's stories about sharing the profound effect that it had to essentially revolutionize what the world perceives as what martial art. I think that's where jiu-jitsu was on its rise, and intentionally from what I heard and what I understand is the Gracie family collectively sent their weakest link to fight into that championship and effectively beat guys that were heavier, that were stronger, probably more athletic. So that just in actions more than words, because yeah, I feel like that speaks louder. Actions speak louder than words. Change the game. So I think now, I mean, it's still on its uprise. I think it's already starting to happen where jiu-jitsu is becoming more mainstream. People's eyes, celebrities, all these people of power are doing it for some kind of reason.
it's in movies.
Yeah, it's in movies. So I think that's really in that short span, because it's only been like a few decades now since jiu-jitsu has been formed or created by the Gracie family. And they've done such a, I can talk more about them because their whole, reflecting on my life and seeing what they're doing, being a person of intention, I'm like, man, these guys, they, I won't speak too much on the rigid, because their generation obviously is different to what is now the current, but they had so many different kids and they all trained jiu-jitsu and they were like a powerhouse. Like they literally built a villa, got mats, and got all their kids and their kids and their kids to train jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you not be like, how can you not feel and experience this empowerment through a sport, if that makes sense? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your phone?
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to get it?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Okay. Lol. This is the first time, guys.
No phones on where we're recording.
Freaking heck.
All good?
It was my mom. I'm like, gosh, what?
I'm recording,
Recording. Please.
Recording, Mom. I'll look for your Birkenstocks later.
Yeah. Later.
Later, Mom. trying to be a mixed martial artist.
Artista.
God.
It's my dream. Don't crush my dream. Anyways.
Yeah, and then trying to just recap on the point that you were saying. I like that, and I think there's also a bit of a reflection of the Gracie Barr family also with your family.
Hmm.
You know, it's your mom and dad do jujitsu. You and your siblings do jujitsu, and I have a feeling that each of you will probably continue to pass it down to the rest of the Lazaro bloodline. And then there'll be like
It's a lifestyle.
There'll be the Lazaro, jujitsu clan.
That's crazy. Guys, history repeats itself. There's the Gracie clan. Now there's 20, 30, 40 years now ahead. The Lazaro clan.
Do it. Why not?
A family of fighters.
Yeah. I love that. I think
that's cool.
What better way?
In that way, yeah.
What better way to people find
set your mark.
We were talking about this earlier, and I don't know where this fits in the edit, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's your religion. Martial arts could be your religion. That's what your family and religion. Speaking of what you focus on and what is your lifestyle based on, you know what I mean? For instance, your health and fitness could be a religion in itself.
It is.
Yeah.
Practice. That will,
so
better well-being.
I love that. We went from the origins starting in Japan, samurai. They brought it to Brazil, the Gracie Barra family, and then your family found it, and then now seeing it further down in the future.
Yeah.
Your kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and great ancestors are going to be like. Your great descendants are gonna be like, oh, yes, I remember. Great grandfather.
I won't be alive to see that, but it'll be great. That'll be I'll be watching somewhere.
Looking down and go,
I'm a multa.
Look down and be like, oh, that was a good throw.
That was a good throw.
Oh, scissor sweep. Nice grandson, very good.
In my old rocking chair.
In your old rocking chair, in your heaven somewhere. Just like, oh, good one. Yeah. And then looking up and like,
yes.
Thanks, great grandfather.
Great grandfather.
I remember that. Oh man, that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you want to know more, hit up Gracie Barra, Blacktown City. 6 weeks free. All you need to do is buy your gi. Oh, that rhymes. 6 weeks free. All you need to do is buy your gi, and you get 6 weeks free.
That's a little jingle.
Yeah, there you go.
See,
I'll give you that one for free.
Don's man of many talents.
I'll give you that one for free. So talking about history or talking about origins of things, something that I'd heard about in just martial arts circles in general is a thing called dojo storming. Have you ever heard of that?
I have.
Yeah. Are you able to tell us a little bit about dojo storming?
Of course. So dojo storm, from my understanding, it's another intentional thing. So I'm not sure if the Graces want to repopulate to like their whole clan, mentality to spread their seed in all the different parts of the world, because there's so many different Gracie schools out there. So it's like it worked. So dojo storming is when you send your students, a horde of them, like I'm saying 10, 20 students, to approach a different studio and just like mop the floor. It was a way to this sort of it's this like power game in trying to, it's like impression. You want to set an impression on this school.
It sounds very warlike.
It is kind of warlike.
It's just like, let's take the best of our fighters. Go there. Go to that gym. They look like they can't handle themselves. Like rah. That kind of stuff. My impression of dojo storming wasn't necessarily that.
Okay.
It was a singular person thing.
Yes.
Where it was a lot of ego driven thing where someone
yeah.
would personally, a singular person would go to a gym and then challenge the head coach or the head trainer or
Yes.
or whoever was the best fighter or best
Okay.
person in there, and
It's a
then
smaller scale.
yeah, it's one of those things, and that was my impression of what I've seen on the internet
Yes.
about dojo storming. I'd never known about it being a let's use it to populate the world with jujitsu. And so, did the Gracie family do it with other jujitsu gyms, or was it just any gym in particular?
I believe they did it with all jiu-jitsu schools, mainly at, well, I need to do further research on it, but knowing that if they're the main school and there's more small schools popping around, I'd say they'd intentionally send off their best students to like essentially eliminate the competition in a way and just like breathe.
Wow.
I'm the best stuff here. Like, come on. But of course we're like in a different era now, but it's just kind of funny just seeing how that energy sort of lingers even in nowadays, and trying to showcase, because every jiu-jitsu school wears a specific gi, unless you want to be a jiu-jitsu nomad and be a no brand and just like gym hop around. But that, to me, yes, you can see it in very superficial sense, like, oh, they just want to learn, but in a way they're missing out on the core values of loyalty and discipline, and trying to build that core foundation, because you can't always be taking. You have to also be giving back. I think there's this interesting dynamic that jiu-jitsu, or in all other sports, you have to do, because it's like karma. Bad things can happen if you take too much.
I think there's a term called Ronin. It's like it's from feudal Japan, or effectively it's a solo or a singular person or a samurai or warrior go around, and they're by themselves effectively. Maybe that's what the mentality it is. Like, oh, I'm a lone wolf. I'm gonna learn as much as I can and just go away. But what you're talking about sounds like community and being a part of something, and not just learning for the sake of learning and then going away. It is learning and sitting and creating something, creating a legacy, creating community, all of that kind of stuff. It reminds me of Street Fighter.
Oh yeah,
Ryu.
Yeah,
He's the walking, he's the nomad. He's the one goes around like, oh, I'm gonna find the best fighter. Go out there and Hadouken, Shoryuken. Oh man! But all along he had family in Ken and his master. You should have just stayed, man. Should have stayed.
Stayed true to his
now
roots.
You're walking around by yourself, barefoot.
Barefoot.
He's always barefoot. He doesn't wear shoes.
He is. Far out. Creators, come on. Get him some shoes.
Get him some shoes, please. He's one of the best fighters. Get him a sneaker deal.
Yeah, get him a sneaker deal.
He should have his own brand deal. Come on, man.
Adidas.
Get Ryu a brand deal, please. I've never seen him wear shoes ever.
No.
Ever.
Never.
I could be wrong, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the dojo storming side of things.
Yes.
Maybe the singular person going to a particular dojo is a remnant of that, which is like, I want to show my superiority. And
a lot of inspirations.
Build out from there. I have seen a lot of stuff online, especially from, I think his name's Bradley Martin.
Oh,
he's a bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder influencer guy, yes.
Yeah, and his tagline is like, I'm 260, like 260 pounds.
Yeah.
And so he could beat anyone in a fight.
Okay.
Is his understanding. And I think that's a similar mentality. It's like, I can go in there and dominate anybody. But I think I've seen him do videos, and he's got his ass handed it to him.
Whipped, yes.
Especially through by jiu-jitsu practitioners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Especially through jiu-jitsu practitioners.
Yeah. With jiu-jitsu itself, and I've seen it, and I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Someone who's smaller, or someone who doesn't have the weight on them, someone who isn't 260 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilograms. Maybe it's 130, 150 kilograms.
Yeah, over 100.
Roughly that. But yeah. How does jiu-jitsu stack up when it's to someone? Because not to be reductive, but you are quite a smaller frame to most people.
Yes, I definitely am.
But you
I
are,
own that.
but you are a killer. Your name is Iceman, for crying out loud. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Are you able to talk a little bit about how jiu-jitsu allows you to be able to take someone that is bigger or that kind of stuff? Or what's your mentality on that?
Yeah, I think it's fascinating with this discovery journey. Still discovering a lot, but yeah, for a while, I think touching on like the pilot episode, guys, make sure you watch the pilot episode so you can get some understanding of what we're talking about in this episode too. But it's talking about really this victim mentality that happened to me in my origin story, where I was that shy person. I was short compared to my classmates. I didn't really have a lot of confidence before. And so when I started training, yes, of course I sucked for a long time. But once I started getting good, I started to build this confidence in myself. And coming back to that, I was able to navigate my way in holding my own against bigger, heavier, more athletic people. Like, it doesn't faze me now when I go up against, a fresh guy who's like freaking rips, or another black belt who is more athletic and agile, because I've went through it all and have trained with so many different body types and styles, and you learn from everything, whether you win or you learn. That's one of the quotes that we have at the gym. But yeah, for me, it just helped empower me, helped to understand how can I use this small frame and own being short, own being light. Because I think I see a lot of my students, it's still the mentality like, oh, why can't I hit this certain move because I'm short? But it's just trying to find out, well, to me, giving them advice, it's, can we adjust and find a way through to overcome this challenge you're experiencing? Or maybe there's a better way.
Yep.
A different way that you're not seeing. So I think that's how jiu-jitsu has, and even coming back to the history, that is why it was created. It was created for a weaker person to defend, to eventually, subdue a bigger, stronger opponent.
Yeah. I like that. I think the other martial arts, or the striking martial arts, because of the weight class side of things, people kind of be like, oh, well, obviously a heavyweight is going to beat someone who's in the flyweight division.
100%.
You know what I mean? They've got a lot more muscle, they've got a lot more mass, and this and that. But when it comes to jiu-jitsu, it's almost like even playing field. It really comes down to your technicality. It really comes down to your experience. It really comes down to how much you've trained or how much you've drilled every single technique. Like you said, how much you've trained with different body types and all of this stuff to be in a position to be confident in whichever situation.
Have you felt in your short time training jiu-jitsu any effect of going up against our guys and seeing how you handle, or what are you discovering through training? Because I feel like at our school we have so many ranges of different people.
Yep.
And I'd say for several of the guys that come when you train, they're quite big and strong. So how do you deal with them?
The bigger dudes are the ones who are like trying to help me the most.
Oh,
they're like,
wow.
Yeah.
See how like this perception of like, oh, what? They're like big and strong, trying to like monsters trying to, but
Yeah, they're the ones who are like,
Usually
oh,
they're
do
like
this.
the
Accidentally like
weird.
kicked one of them in the head by trying to get a triangle on, and I hit him in the head. I'm like, oh, sorry, man. He's like, it's all good. Just take it slow. This and that. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. So I really appreciate that culture at your gym. That they're very open to people who are beginners, and they'll be like, they're not trying to beat the crap out of me. I'm sure they probably want to beat the crap out of me, but they want me to try to learn a bit more first, and then
it's the right time, right place for everything, guys.
It's like, oh, let's get him a little bit good, and then
well done,
and then we'll
medium rare.
Whereas, like, I think because of my training, the striking and like the not necessarily bodybuilding, I would call it weightlifting for me. I think my mentality sometimes is I default to using my strength or default using my mass. You know what I mean? Which I'm trying to switch when I'm training jiu-jitsu, because I know it's not about that. Because if there's someone who's much bigger than me, I may not be able to overpower them. I need to fall back on technique and not be like muscle everything and this and that. There was a guy who was a blue belt that attended one class, and I was bigger than him, and so I was able to kind of get him in a gift wrap because I was muscling everything. But that's because, but in my head I'm like, this isn't the best way to do it, because what if he wasn't bigger than me? So that's an interesting thing, like the mentality of training and what levels you're at. Because, like I said, this guy was a blue belt, much higher than me being. I would consider myself below a white belt. I'm super beginner, guys. I'm not
in the food chain.
I have no very, 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 very little experience in jiu-jitsu. I was saying that before, that your brother, who is an orange belt,
you train with him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, he is much older than me in jiu-jitsu
years.
Right? So there is a jiu-jitsu age.
And then there's a biological age.
There's a biological age. I am much older than your brother. I'm more than twice his age.
Yes.
And he is much older than me in jiu-jitsu years, you know? And I could see it in the way that when we would roll, it was almost like he could anticipate every single move I was trying to do and everything. And in my limited experience of it, I was like, okay, I know what he's doing. I have no idea how to counteract what he's doing, but I know that he's got every base covered and like gathering the legs and then being like, okay, I need to be on this side. And then like make sure I don't post. And I'm like, my brain could not process what was happening. Then I was just like, okay, well, I'm done. I was so gassed. It was like a minute roll or something.
It was just a minute.
Not even a minute. And I'm like, man.
A lot can happen in a minute.
But it's that thing. Like my brain was overloaded rather than my physicality. You know, because I couldn't outthink him in a roll.
Yes.
Which is crazy. And it means that, I don't know if anyone's coined that, but what's your jiu-jitsu age?
Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool concept. I think I haven't really heard or familiarized with even in the people or the research, because I like to be a nerd when it comes to researching into the competitors, to the people that make the sport, to pioneers essentially. It's like what have they made? And because there's something that you can take away and modify and implement. But jiu-jitsu age, that's a good one.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. Your brother is 16 years old, but has a wealth of experience and understanding of
it's quite mature.
This realm of jiu-jitsu over me, who probably has dabbled every now and again into grappling and wrestling and here and that. And like, man, I can't outthink him.
You got to train with my whole family, my sister, my mom, and my dad.
I guess I have to now. If I have any chance.
No choice.
If I have any chance to like learn.
A gauntlet. Will Storm done doing stuff.
Oh my God. Pause. Dojo storm me. Pause. Just chill. Let me
cook.
let me just drill.
Let me just
Like
simmer and yes.
there was a moment when we were training that I went from side control and I quickly switched to the other side. And then your dad
Ooh.
and you looked at him like, whoa, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And I think because that's something that I drilled in Krav and other like mixed like MMA style stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, falling. I think we talk about somewhere along the lines about falling back to your base level of training.
Oh, yes.
That was something
We
that
did.
came to
That just
mind.
instinctually happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I could do this, and then I didn't know what else to do after that.
Oh no. That was it.
oh,
His
wait.
one moment of shine and then it was gone.
I was like, oh, I'm on the other side. What do I do now?
What do I do?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Hold that thought. So like I think that's something a really cool touch point is knowing who you are, your roots and understanding based on your experiences, trying to adapt that, but also in saying that if you think about in terms of like career too, with being a mixed martial artist, it's like it's forever. It goes on and on and on. Maybe you have this like short window where it's like your peak, but you have to understand what's next and continue to pivot. Or else, yeah, I find that when my personal life or as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, it's when you think you know it all, that's like the downhill.
Yep. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It is one of those things where you have to approach things like you're a beginner all of the time. Because if you believe that you know everything, then you know nothing. You know nothing. Or it's more like you don't open yourself up to know more or to learn effectively. Because you've already been like, I know everything. Well, yeah, you might know some stuff, but then there could be something else out there that you're not opening yourself up to. And yeah. My dad likes to say, he's like, your brain, it needs to be like a parachute.
A parachute?
It needs to be like a parachute.
What does that
Because
mean? I've never heard of this.
It will only work if it is open.
Whoa! Dad jokes. Oh, I love your dad.
And yeah, I roll my eyes every time he says it. I'm like, but you're right, Dad. You're right. You're right. Yeah, take that. I'll give you that one for free. Right?
I'll give you that one for free.
Your mind must be like a parachute. It only works when it is open.
I love how we both went quiet at the same time. That's funny as.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to ask because we didn't really touch on this origin story, guys. Watch the episode. Has anyone in your family been influenced in martial arts?
Not
Or
that I
it's just
know
you?
of. Not that I know of.
You're the only
in
one?
a formal setting.
Okay.
Right? Like
Oh yeah, like at home when you like just
yeah. Well,
want to try to get rowdy and try to test.
my brothers and I grew up watching professional wrestling, like pro wrestling,
Okay.
which isn't.
Oh, yeah, WWE, right?
Yeah, WWE. Yes, I'm of that era, so we loved watching that as kids. But yeah, outside of that, not necessarily. I wouldn't say. Oh, maybe that's controversial for me not to say. Is pro wrestling martial arts? Ooh. I think there is definitely a level of fitness.
Yeah.
In there and athleticism that you need to perform some of the things that they do.
Moves.
And also to not hurt the other person
Oh, yeah.
severely, right?
It's crazy.
But yeah, no, other than that, my brothers and I never did any martial arts. I had an uncle teach us some karate before. But that lasted maybe a few months and that was it. My dad, no, I don't think my dad, I think my dad has had some kind of like military training in the Philippines because he was, yeah, I think so. But no martial arts stuff. I think he does some semblance of maybe Tai Chi or like, what's the
Wing Chun?
Wing Chun?
Yes.
Wing Chun.
Ip Man. If you watch the Ip Man series,
Yeah.
it's
So
great.
my dad, massive fan of like Bruce Lee, Ip Man, and that stuff. And I don't know if he ever
Iconic.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever learned it in a professional sense or took classes or anything like that. But when he's exercising or warming up at home or one of those things, he would do some of
Yeah,
those
the flow.
moves. He would just flow, and I'm like, "What are you doing that?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just stretching." He wouldn't call it. It's like, "Oh, I'm just warming up." He wouldn't call it like a. He's like, "Oh," he wouldn't say it.
Routine or something?
Yeah, maybe just add it onto his morning routine.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I guess I'm the first person in my family in my immediate family to do martial arts.
Do you think it's hard? Okay, this is another thing. Is it harder? Because I'm privileged to have the support and backing of my family to pursue this. And now it's just adopted. It's like in my DNA now. Like I can't imagine my life without jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
Because it's just been such a long journey with it. And I think for a lot of people that do want to train jiu-jitsu or are already, but have those discouraging, stressful, anxious, having to juggle their personal work life and hobby jiu-jitsu life, and then doing it by yourself. Do you feel that it's, how have you navigated that challenge with not having a center or friend or
Support network?
Support network. Yeah, support network's the better word.
Because I'm a lone wolf. No. I found community and support through the communities in the martial arts that I did. I think I mentioned it in the previous episode that I found culture and community when I was training in my boxing gym, PCYC Blacktown, and even when my coach, the head coach, moved on and opened up his own gym in St. Mary's, No Contest Academy. I also started training there because I followed him and his culture and the way that he would train. And so it really came down to the people that I was training with. And for me, when it came to training, sometimes it was me centering myself or me finding time to, let's call it meditation, let's call it my time for myself to work on myself. So I always saw working out or doing martial arts as this lone solo thing. There was a time in when I was training to compete in boxing that because I was working a 9 to 5, I would be the only one in the gym by myself because they would do their boxing class
in another time slot.
Yeah, in an earlier time slot. And because I knew the head coach there, he was like, "Yeah, just train until you're done." Even Blacktown PCYC. I was there till late, and I just closed off the gym.
Wow!
And I would just drill. I would just like, okay, 3 minutes or so of just jabs, 3 minutes or so of just crosses, and then like trying to move and do this. Is it the most effective way to train? Probably not. But that's the way that I did it. Like I think if you were training to be a fighter, you need someone to kind of look and be like, "Cool, you're doing this. You can't
need that instruction."
Exactly. You can't look at yourself objectively. And yes, to do drills and stuff by yourself, that's probably one thing. But that's how I operated when I was doing boxing. And then a lot of it was just community with the people. And because I'm an introvert, I get my energy from being by myself. There's been times when I've had, training partners or like friends that when we go training, for instance, or go to the gym, we'll both go to the gym together.
Yes.
But then do something separately. We'll do something separately,
Yeah, that's epic.
But I've always thought that martial arts itself has been a lone solo thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because when you're in the ring,
it's your me time.
When you're in the ring, when you're competing, you're by yourself. It's you against another person, effectively. right? It's not a team sport in that sense.
Ooh.
Have you ever
Okay.
thought about that? Like,
Yeah.
is that a mentality that you've had?
That frame.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because I think for a while it was like that I was just trying to G myself up. And although my family were there to support me, essentially I had to become my own hype man and had to force myself to do these impossible feats and challenging myself against these bigger, maybe even more technical opponents, but somehow come out with the victory.
Yep.
Nowadays, I think it's stemming from a place where I do appreciate having that support network. I think it's almost like I think of it coming to anime. It's when Goku is trying to do the spirit ball, or when like when Naruto is ready like for the Rasengan, like all the energies of these people just like are summoned in towards you.
Yep.
Like I just feel that for some reason when everyone's like in the crowd hyping me up, I'm like, I feel this surge of power come rushing in me, and like I can take on anyone who's in front of me right now. It's crazy, but yes, that's I think it can go two ways. Yeah.
I like that, and it also reminds me of talking about anime. Hajime no Ippo. When
Are you wearing the shirt right here?
Yeah, I am wearing the shirt.
Oi.
I'm wearing the Kamogawa gym shirt. But yeah, the Hajime no Ippo. I think there's a moment in the anime where he's fighting, he's by himself, but he remembers the words of his coach. He remembers why he's fighting. He's fighting for his coach. He's fighting for his teammates, for his gym. He's doing it to make them proud, to to do all that stuff. He's doing it because for his mom and his family. It's like, yeah, it's remembering that the reason or the purpose you do this is because there are other people that are there supporting you, that are pushing you, that are, basically your cheer squad. Yeah. Yeah. I think early on, I didn't necessarily feel that. I mean, what I remember from when I was competing was my dad would yell. My mom didn't want to be at any of my.
Oh, really? She was too anxious?
Yeah. She didn't want to see me fight. She didn't necessarily want me to do any boxing at all. She's like, your face. You might get, you might get hurt. Which is valid. Which is valid. But when my dad watched me compete one time, all I could hear him was just yelling, more punches. And I'm like, it's like, shut up. Shut up. I'm
another good topic.
I also need to weave and do all these other things. It's not just one punch. So, yeah.
Literally.
No, it's interesting. I am trying to find that, and I think I said it in the last episode, that the reason why you would stay in a particular place or a particular gym or go there in the first place is because of the people.
Yes.
It's the culture. It's the, and that's a piece of advice that people ask me. It's like, hey, do you know of a good boxing gym? Nats actually from the Cheat Coders podcast, when he was living in London, asked me, he's like, hey, can you teach me boxing?
Wow.
I'm like, I probably could.
Yeah.
Like when he was overseas, I probably could, but if you find a gym that, you might learn more because you're hands-on. It's like you're there in person. And he's like, how do I know which one's the good one? I go, just go there, check it out, meet the people,
try 'em.
Understand like what's the culture like, and as to whether or not he did any boxing after that, I don't know. But
yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
On that note, though, that's a really good talking point. Is how do you know a good jiu-jitsu, or how do you know an ex-gym, martial arts, wellness? Because I'd say, yeah, the first school I trained at was like the one that I pretty much was my core. I didn't try any other gyms outside. I think it's, coming back to your point with culture and community, there's only one way to find out unless you try.
Yeah.
I think I mean, when I take my own personal journey with when it comes to gymming, because that's probably a realm where I'm definitely not a black belt in. It's trying to discover the people, their values and their intentions. With, are they just a commercial gym that wants to, just don't care about the customer, just want them to, do their workout and like
Leave.
duck off. Yeah. And then you have ones that are there, that are, observing, they're putting the effort to have conversation with you, trying to build these relationships and trying to understand, because when you can understand someone, you can better serve them. Yeah, that's just something that came to mind just then. And
That's something that I think you and your family do at GB Blacktown City, that you do try to foster relationships, or a sense of community with your students. I think you run stuff every month. You like run a social event or something.
Yeah. We have been. I believe in. There's no. There's a pattern that's going on with all businesses, not just mine. It's the sense of community and understanding, meeting people's needs, because I think people are sensing that, like the generation now. It's like, I don't want to just be a number. Although it did serve the previous generation and it did make ends work, it's just trying to find that alignment with people now. And I think that if you set a culture with that standard of people first in mind, then you're going to have a higher return, because they are going to be willing. You're not going to have to tell them. I think that's what I want to try to pursue, is like, everyone should, from white belt with no stripes to the black belt, everyone has this sense of leadership where they're taking initiative.
Yeah.
They don't need to be said. They just do it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Having
I
said
like
that,
it a lot.
I like it a lot. So if you want a good culture gym, if you want like to be part of a community, you know where to go. Gracie Baja Blacktown City.
Blacktown City.
They got a promo. 6 weeks free. Just got to buy your key.
Come through. One Melissa Place, Kings Park, guys. Just gotta try it. Just gotta get in the door.
Just get in the door. Do it.
Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Just try it out,
Rest
man, for
is
6
history.
weeks.
Yeah.
Like what? Like one hour a
Literally.
week? 2 hours a week?
Exactly.
One
This
or two
is-
classes a week?
I think a lot of people have this hardship with commitment.
Ooh,
you feel that?
you want to get into
Ooh,
the people
because
with
it is like a martial arts thing, and it's you
Yeah.
can broaden that. But
people with. Hi. Today's been chockers full of.
yeah, I know, full of
So many
people-
guests.
Yeah, so many guests, guys.
So many guests.
What are we
on
gonna
the-
do with the guests, by the way, Don? Like, where are they gonna fit in this frame of picture? What
No
do you
idea.
think?
No idea.
Any vision for
Maybe
that
we
yet?
maybe
Yeah.
we'll shoot at their gyms themselves.
Ooh, that's a good.
You know what I mean?
That's a cool spot. Yeah.
Because I think that'll be cool. This is more just
Personal-
the.
yeah
This
the
is the
home base.
Matrix.
Matrix. The Matrix.
We're in the Matrix. Have you seen the Matrix?
Kind of, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I know the with the bullets, like
Yeah, it's a white space. It's just like.
I know the red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
talking about in the simulation where they have all of the weapons,
Yeah.
and then she downloads karate in her brain.
Oh, that's such an epic moment.
It's like, oh,
How
no,
did the CGI
he's Neo. He's like, I know karate. Okay, cool, bro. Awesome,
Nice.
nice. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Just.
That'd be great. Just put it in my. I know jujitsu.
Yeah. Download all these hundreds of techniques.
And then it's like you would age in just a moment. Like your jujitsu
Oh,
age
yeah.
would go from 0 to 100. Ooh.
That's crazy.
Ooh. Maybe that's another thing that we could talk about. Like, what's the most effective way to train? But the other things I kind of wanted to touch on was in the previous episode, you talked about your dad's motivation to do jujitsu was to avoid injury.
Yes.
I did look up some stuff, and apparently, jujitsu is one of the sports or martial arts that actually has the lowest injury rates.
There's a stat for that.
Yeah, there's been some studies or analysis.
I just say my bias.
My bias. Let me have a look. We were talking about comparisons between striking versus grappling and wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a much higher injury rate with mixed martial arts. And I think in mixed martial arts, even though there is jiu-jitsu, I think it's half-half when it comes to the split. Anecdotally speaking, just watching at it, the striking is more visually kind of appealing. It's more like, whoa, yeah, that's this and that.
It's true.
But MMA, so I'm looking at this injury rate, and this is based on injuries per 1,000 AEs, which is athlete exposures.
Ooh.
So how many injuries per 1,000 athlete exposures?
Wow. It's a cool stat to know.
MMA is 85 to 290. So out of 1,000.
Out of 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that includes lacerations, fractures, concussions, and stuff like that. And just to put it down to it, the lower rates of injury would be like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is 9 to 35 out of 1,000.
That's
comparatively, that's massive,
comparatively,
right?
yeah, that's
the
huge.
other sports or things that are there as well is like capoeira is lower on that, 7 to 30.
Okay.
But then also the types of injuries are different, right? So you could get elbow or shoulder sprains. You could have neck strains in jiu-jitsu. In like capoeira, for instance, you have muscle strains, maybe ankle sprains, and things like that. The lowest, do you want to have a guess of what the lowest sport or activity, martial art, has the lowest injury rate?
Lowest injury rate? Karate?
It is yoga.
Yoga? Wait, what?
Lowest
Yoga
injury.
bear, what?
Yoga.
Wait.
So according to this study or this analysis that I found, yoga has less than
Yoga
one.
wasn't even in my
Right?
archive. What the heck?
So you could get muscle strains, you could get joint strains from
That makes sense. I could
overstretching
see
in
it.
yoga. Like you can overstretch. But that is 1 or less than 1 to 3 injuries per 1,000.
No wonder
athlete
it's so
exposure.
popular.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to guess what is the underneath?
Underneath yoga?
No, sorry. Underneath mixed martial arts,
Yes.
underneath MMA,
The highest?
would be the higher sports or martial arts that have the higher injury rates? There are 3 below them.
3?
Yeah.
Surely they have to be striking based.
Yes.
They
Yes.
are?
Yeah. So the ones that are below
Muay Thai?
MMA would be boxing,
Yep, boxing.
and then you've got rugby.
Rugby.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Because you could
they're
get
running in.
you
Yeah,
get
the impact.
concussions, like you
Yeah.
get shoulder injuries and then stuff
Alright.
like that, knee injuries. Then after that would be Muay Thai,
Okay. Yeah, that was.
and then
something I
the
thought.
next one under that would be American football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I could see it.
And a lot of it is just like that's striking. It's collisions.
Yeah,
right?
collisions. Force.
And here's a question I wanted to ask you. I've had the injuries that I've had, probably like cuts and stuff from. I might have broken my nose at one point in time.
Oh, wow, yeah.
From boxing, cuts, lacerations, and things like that from boxing, from striking. What about you? What would be the worst injury that you've ever had?
Thankfully I haven't got any with ligaments because that stuff's serious and
Yeah.
take months out. But I did have an incident where I was rolling with a black belt and I was a purple belt at the time, and I just being the person who wants to prove himself against this world class black belt, I'm like, oh yes, I've got a hold of his back. Okay, so I have my arms locked, and then so I'm looking to just jump for the back. Okay, if you can visualize it, and all of a sudden I just see his leg get stretched, and then he tosses himself, and I just fully somersault to the ground, and I land. I'm like, and then
Face plant.
no, I didn't face plant. My whole back was
Okay.
So
Oh, he flipped you over and then
yeah,
he
he flipped me
landed
over.
on
Yeah, yeah, because it was all of a sudden I didn't expect it at
Wow.
all. Like that was so far, but I just knew that wow, that there's levels to this. But that resulted to I felt I'm not sure was a fracture, but it was like more cartilage, like at
Right.
my rib. Yeah, so it was very uneasy to sleep and to do my yeah. I had to stop training for about 2 weeks.
Oof. If you can imagine someone wearing a backpack, I see is the backpack in this.
Human
I see is the
backpack.
backpack in this situation, and then that person who is wearing the backpack does a somersault and lands on their backpack. That's exactly what happened.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, that's exactly what. That's crazy, dude. I've had one injury in jiu-jitsu. I was trying to bridge. My pinky toe got stuck or got
What?
caught in
In the mats or in the pants?
sleeve on the pants.
Oh
yeah.
wow!
And when I went to bridge, because I like kind of kicked out, it dislocated my pinky toe.
Whoa! Dislocation.
Dislocated on my pinky toe.
Far out.
It was fine. Like my coach just kind of popped it
Popped
back
it back in.
and
Typical.
and then I was like, cool. The adrenaline at that point I still had
At high,
adrenaline,
yeah.
and so it didn't hurt, and it
Until-
didn't hurt until after I arrived at the emergency room because I needed to check it out. It was like it started to get really sore. I'm like, oh, adrenaline's worn off now.
Yes.
Got it X-rayed and stuff like that, and it was fine.
Okay.
Just dislocation.
yeah.
It was sore for a little bit, but
That's your worst injury
in jiu-jitsu so
in
far.
jiu-jitsu. Okay. So
Oh,
far.
I might have had like a shoulder strain.
Yeah.
This one, it isn't from jiu-jitsu. This is me. This is from doing deadlifting, but also doing some striking as well because it can
Oh yeah. The
jar your
repetitive. Yeah.
jar your tendons. But yeah, a lot of the higher injury rate stuff is the striking, the collision stuff. I think in rugby and in American football, people can suffer from concussions. You know, I think CTE was one of those things that a big talking point with people that do American football. There's a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, with jiu-jitsu being a low percentage, I think reason for that, and to do my understanding or my perspective, is with the striking sports, it requires a lot of force, a lot of impact, a lot of energy. Now, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, part of that can be already taken away by pulling guard. So there's that in jiu-jitsu when you're on your back, trying to utilize your hands and your legs to subdue, to get your opponent to toss them over. And then as well, like there's all different.
Do you wanna just quickly explain what pulling guard means? So
Pulling
for the,
guard?
the
Yeah,
people
for the
that don't know
viewers.
it, yeah. So,
So-
pulling guard, it would be to like you mentioned, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You kind of sit back and allow them to come towards you so that then you can
Yes.
toss them or then grapple them from that position. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
right.
Ooh, I
That's
know.
good. Yeah, he knows.
I know a little bit.
Piquito.
Yeah, so that stuff, because you're effectively dampening their force that they're trying to exert on you by throwing them, which is judo. Is that judo? Or aikido or whichever other martial art. And also grappling, which would be kind of smothering their attacks.
Yes. So, and then even going further, the longevity, like having guys, girls in their 60s, 70s, 80s change jiu-jitsu, because you see that online, you're like, what? How? How are they still at that age? What do you mean? And I get a lot of people that say, oh, I'm too far to train jiu-jitsu now. There's no point. But I think to say that, like, one, there are stories of people that are doing it that probably you can see and just be inspired by if you do get the chance to train with them, great. Or if not, you see like tons of photos, which is so cool. with the online space. And then I think having to understand that jiu-jitsu can be however you want it to be. It can be used as a competitive, it can be used as a social outlet, it can be used as just a little light session.
It's your reflective time. It's
your reflective time. It can be so many different things. It doesn't have to be this one way that you are framing yourself. So you need to sort of be open-minded to that. To that change.
I like it. I think that, and also speaking from a health and wellness or fitness or martial arts generalized term, that is the same thing. It is what you make it. Whatever martial art you do, whatever movement you do, whatever exercise you are deciding to do, you frame it in the way that it is to you. I like that we've come from this, talked about origins of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we did.
But also talked about how our mentality of it could be a solo endeavor. It is also a community thing. But then also going back to it being something that is your subjective mentality, your subjective viewpoint of whatever it is that you make of it. So I like that. I feel like we've come full circle into this episode.
It's really cool.
Nice, man. Nice. I didn't have anything else that I wanted to talk about.
Really?
Because I think we talked about all of the stuff.
Yeah, we touched on it.
Touched on all of that. I think there were some good points in there.
I agree.
But heck yeah. This was a good episode.
This was a great episode.
Despite all of the
chaos.
The guests. The uninvited guests that we had.
Mom, I want to be a mixed martial artista. Why are you calling me?
Leave me alone,
Leave me alone, Mom.
Leave me alone. I don't know what he said. Hey, he just.
I know.
He's like, he
just randomly spawned in.
Yeah, I did this.
Uninvited guests.
I did this for your neighbor. I can do it cheaper for you guys.
Yeah.
We're recording right now.
Yeah. Can't you see? Can't you read the room? Thank you very much.
That's okay. It's for Eric.
It's it's Eric's problem now.
Awesome. So that's been another episode of the Mixed Martial Artistas. Icy, where can they find you online?
They can find me on all socials, Isaiah Iceman Lazari. All you gotta do is search that up.
Also, check him out at Gracie Bar Blacktown City, which is gblacktowncity.com.au. Remember, they've got a promo going on. You can find me at www.dondoingstuff.com. That's my website, at dondoingstuff on all social media platforms. You can also see me on the Cheat Coders podcast.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, check out Mixed Martial Artistas everywhere on all social media platforms. We got it. We got the Instagram handle. We got the TikTok. We got the Facebook. We got the YouTube. Follow our YouTube. Please like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you at the next one.
See you in the next one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Woohoo.
Sick.
You. Thanks for watching.